Alright, we'll just get started tearing into this door bottom, driver's side. I'm going to try to attack some of that rust right there. Cut it out anyway. Got it in behind here too. So we got these panels here like we did on the passenger side, so we just got to start unbolting it, putting it on the table. Here we go. Alright, here's what we're looking at on the door. We know we're eat up with rust on this side, on this outside panel and the inside panel. But from this point on, all the way down, we got good fresh metal on the outside. Even looking down through the door, it looks good on both panels. Just a small bit of surface rust, so I got to really look into this, because I don't know if I'm going to take it all the way down or not. We're even looking good here. The only little bit of rust I can see is right in this area right in here on this. So what I'm going to do is probably cut a little bit of this out and flip this lip over first and see what we're looking like right here. So I'm probably going to take this lip, take the spot welds out, flip this lip back, cut this out no matter what, because this has got to come out. Then I'm going to look at it. I really don't want to tamper with this outside panel right now. So I'm not going to grind it down like I did the passenger side door. Well, I will here, because I got to take this out, I know that. But not on this side. I'm probably just going to cut my spot welds out, make a slice here and here, and peel this lip back and look at this before I cut this all the way down. I really don't want to do that, so I'm going to dig into this first and check it out. Then we'll look at the back side of that. Alright, here's what we're looking at. I done decided I'm going to cut this bottom all the way out and replace it with that new one over there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But I went on and cut my spot welds out of this original flange here. And I'm going to flip this back and look at this panel, this outside panel here. Before I cut it out, I want to look at it. So I'm going to check that out. But I'm going to cut this on out, like I said. We're going to look at it from there. I did get my measurement up 12 inches here and mark the outside like I did the passenger side door. Measured 12 inches, put me a mark, so I'll know I'll have that back in the same place. And I did my scribe here too, so I can keep that same radius going if something goes wrong and stuff like that. And I do, when I start chunking them sparks, when I set that camera up right there, when I start chunking them sparks, I do use this bad boy right here. And I'll just go ahead like that. I did pull up 6 inches right here so I can keep all this the same when I cut this out. Just a reference line. All right, here's what we got here. We got a great big mess is what we've got. Now I went on and cut this on out. Of course I cut the top first. Then I come back around and I cut along the bottom. Which left this piece still in there. All the way around. Then I took a hammer and a screwdriver and I just kept working that on out. Because the spot welds I've already pulled them out. So that worked right on out of there. Piece by piece. Of course this piece was right in there. As I went around I just worked it on out. Screwdriver and this and that and the hammer. So all this is real good right in here. I want to keep this. I mean I could replace the whole thing but I really don't want to. I'm going to give this a try. This was worse than what I thought right here in this corner. That's pitted real bad. It's kind of weak, so I'm looking at probably a 3 by 4 inch piece right there. I'm gonna cut out and replace. And this was the first one I cut out here. There's probably a 4 by 4 inch piece. Gotta hold the camera straight. All this cleaned up pretty good, and all this down in here worked out good. It took this hammer here and this hammer here, then I just hit it right there and kept bringing that up all the way down until I got that right. So there was just surface rust down in here, which I cleaned out real good all the way down, which is fine. All this is good, so I'm going to leave it in here and just work 2 small patches in on both sides and give that a shot. Then we'll work that outside panel in. I'll cut it to fit and everything, but I'm going to get this treated for rust and this and that. Let's see where we go from there. I'm going to cut this out, treat all this for rust. Alright, got everything cut out. Here's that bottom piece I cut out right there. This top piece. I'm going to go and cut these pieces in, get them to fit and lay them to the side. Both pieces. This back piece I'll do the same thing to it, because I'm going to go ahead and get this treated for rust and painted and everything in here. I done cleaned up all the surface rust and stuff like that with wire brush. That right there. And we're going to cut these panels now and get them to fit, so and lay them to the side and start cleaning everything up with the rust converter and stuff like that. So okay. Alright, I got both corner pieces cut here. I bent the ends over here, put a little cut down there so I can get a little angle there, and bent this on around so I get a better fit. I checked it with my stick here so I can get this end looking good as I go here and here on the bottom. See it right there? So I can go ahead and weld this on in, then I can do my hammering and dolly up under here. Makes it a lot easier for me to do. And right here on the corner, got that piece ready to go in. I did the same thing here. Run that bottom, you see that right there? Run that bottom in there. And the same thing on this side. Made my cuts here so I can get a bend right there. See that? And a little bend there. So we're going to go ahead and weld them in, do our hammer and dolly, and we'll come back and do the bottom piece. Alright, here's what's going on. Got the corner pieces cut in. Got the ends bent back here on both sides, because I had to fight this piece here. There's a lot of cutting, a lot of fitting in. Yeah, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at all. Made a cut there and a cut there. I'll do some hammering around as I weld. That's going to fit on in there. Both sides. I do a little fooling around with it. Cut here and there, so I'm going to work that in. I went on and put me an arch down this piece here like I did the passenger door. So when I go to welding it, I can't get behind it with a dolly. So that'll help that out. got the radius here as it comes along. When that goes in, I had to pick that up and fool with that quite a few times to keep that same radius there. So we're going to work all that in. First of all, everything's ready to go except I got to do my rust mort and clean all that up real good before I do anything. But that's what I'm going to do. I'll be using that stuff right there. Got these ends bent down, gauged in real good with the stick, keep everything lined up. So we're good there. Got this one good here too. When I'm done these first, worked all that in, then I'm going to catch this middle all the way down the middle, and I'll knock that down first before I do the two ends. Just in case they're in or out a little bit, I can knock them around and do a trick with it to make them straight. So, alright, well that's it on this one. Got everything smoothed out. Ready for a coat etch primer for now. Let it set for a while. So we can do some body work on it. Flip it over. Patch worked out real good here. All smoothed out. We'll go ahead and hang it on this. We'll go and hang it on the truck real quick. Check it out. Make sure, see how everything looks on around it. Go ahead and let that set for a while. We'll get started on something else. But alright. See y'all next time. Take it easy.